welcome to play number 5. Um, Surprise, surprise, now you know what you've been making, right? The mystery's not a mystery anymore. It's a hat. So we are going to clean up this edge on our hat for play number 5. But let's just take a minute and look how cool this really is. Play 1 is the first band. Play 2 is the second. What I like about this is if you stopped here, boom, you have an ear warmer. Like, what a great little quick gift if you didn't get to the rest of that. I kind of love that about this project because is super unique. No one would have anything like it, and it make a great quick project. I love it. All right, obviously, play 3 was starting our decreases. Play 4 cleaned up everything up here. Now, play 5. We are going to transform this into really, really looking like a hat. In the pattern, it tells you to join your yarn with a slip stitch anywhere. Um, for me, I like to join it wherever my joins are. Some of them might be a little bit more visible than others. Mine, I can kind of see here where the other pops through. I haven't woven in my ends yet. So some of this is going to be cleaned up as soon as, like if I grab that tail, do I have it? No, that's the wrong one. As soon as I grab that tail, and you can see as soon as I suck it in, it's going to become invisible again. But that's why I wait to weave in my ends so I can kind of see. I want to join it somewhere back here. That's where I want my join to be. Not that anyone's really going to totally notice. No, you're not going to tell anybody exactly how to wear a hat, but I like all of the stuff on the back. And it doesn't matter. Join it to any stitch whatsoever. It does not matter if it's at the top of this mountain, if it's in this valley, it doesn't matter. Join it to any stitch with a slip stitch. I want you to chain 6, and here's a little thing. If you want to chain more or less, go ahead. This is going to be the ribbing on your on your hat. So make it as short as you want. I'm going to do chain 6. Then all you do is go ahead and put a single crochet in each chain. You skip your first chain on your hook and you put a single crochet in each of the chains going back. So you're going to have 5 single crochets. Or if you chain more, if you chain less, you'll have a slightly different number, but we got 5 single crochets. Then when you get back to your foundation, it doesn't matter if you did the foundation half doubles or if you did chains. What I want you to do now is I want you to slip stitch to the next stitch and do it again. Basically what happens is when you do your first slip stitch right here, this is joining this like short row that you did. When you slip stitch to the next stitch, this one made a turning chain because you think we're going to turn our work and go back. So this is like our little turning chain. So when you get to the end of the row, you slip stitch to the next 2 stitches. All right. Now we turn our work. Now we're going to be working back into what we just made, into these single crochets. You skip these 2 slip stitches. They don't count, just skip them. And I want you to put a single crochet in the back loop of every single crochet going. So if you look, we know our stitches always have 2 loops. The one that's closest to you, that's your front loop. The one that's furthest from you is your back loop. And I want you to work only in your back loop. That's going to leave your front loop hanging open for people to see. And that's what kind of gives the faux ribbing look. So you will put a single crochet in each one in the back loop, chain 1, turn your work around again. We'll work in the back again, and you're going to put a single crochet in the back loop of each single crochet coming back. When you get back to your foundation, as you know, we're going to slip stitch in the next 2 stitches. Now, what I want to tell you, let me slip stitch once before, so this doesn't run away on me. When you're doing it, obviously we only have 3 rows, you can't tell anything. When you're doing it, if you notice like you get all the way across and it's starting to almost like wing out on you, you can cut back a little. And what you could do is skip a stitch every so often. You don't have to slip stitch to the very next 2. For instance, you could join to the very next one, skip the next one, and slip stitch in the next one. So that means that you would have less short rows. So then it would, curl in a little bit more and not wing out. You don't need a ribbing that wings out. You don't need like an egg shape. It doesn't need to be a cone. It can be straight. It doesn't happen for everyone. It's all with our tension, especially working in that back loop. And that is done because of how long you pull up your loops when you're pulling up. Your top 2 loops could be different than mine. Mine could be tighter or looser than yours. So if you're noticing that your ribbing is starting to kind of go out, you can rip back a little bit. You don't have to go all the way back to the beginning. Rip out a little bit and just randomly skip a stitch. There's 9 repeats around. You could skip 4 stitches in the whole thing. You could skip 9 stitches in the whole thing. It doesn't matter. This is up to you because everyone's tension is going to be slightly different. Now, if you notice that it's curling in really, really tight, you could add a row. So instead of slip stitching twice, you could just slip stitch once and go back. That will put in more rows. You can think of it's almost like it's going to make it ruffle more. So this part of it is on you. It is on you to do what you, one, like the look of, and 2, how it's laying out for you, how this is working for you. So those last 2 rows, you just repeat and you repeat and you repeat. And when you get all the way back to the beginning, you're just going to seam this closed and then wait for play 6. I can't wait to see everybody's. I'm looking forward to your pictures. All right. See you soon.